Reality. Reality receipts.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley, and we're back to talk about Love is Blind UK Season 2, episodes 5 to 8, right? 5, 6,
Yeah.
7, 8. Yeah, we did 4. So I'm like, they gave us just 4 at a time, which we appreciate. And they were really good episodes. I liked them. But before we get into that, you want to do like a quick little receipt report because a couple pieces of perfect match drama came out last night. So
Yeah.
if you saw my page, I guess Sandy did AD's podcast yesterday and kind of came for Madison a little bit, said she started a villa-wide fight and was triggering people every night. So, of course, then Madison responded and made a video explaining. So what did you think of all of that?
I don't know. There was like an energy between AD and Sandy that you could tell that they don't really fuck with Madison.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was very obvious. And, of course, Madison's not one to like sit on her hands. I think she's obviously gonna speak up for herself. She even made a video. I know she went on live and explained it. And then she also made a video basically saying somebody like responding to someone's comment that was like AD, said that you kind of created chaos wherever you went and started this argument. And she did it over the sound that was basically like, oh, I did it because I was bored. But obviously that's like supposed to be a joke. And then her caption said something along the lines of like, I'm not going to like over explain to people who are like prone to misunderstanding me. Something like that. I just think, now that the show's over, we're getting all the tea. So I'm sure a lot went down behind the scenes.
I think, I mean, the way that Madison explained it is hard to be like Team AD and Sandy about this one particular thing because it sounds like Louis was talking shit about Alex, one of the girls on the show, and it's like, I don't know why they would defend Louis about that. I mean, someone has even pointed out to me Louis is not even following any of the girls from the show anymore. I don't really think he associates with them, cares about them. He's onto his hood now. So I don't blame Madison for like not falling under the Louis spell and like calling him out. But, when they said she triggered people every night, it's like obvious there's something there, right? Like not everyone doesn't like someone for no reason. So I do think she is controversial and rubs people the wrong way for sure. That one instance though, I don't really see how she was at fault. And also I found it a little annoying, like AD and Sandy laughing so hard when we've been told by almost everyone on the cast that AD and Ollie crashed out every night. They were just so exhausting. So it's like you're laughing about Madison fighting, but we've heard, and of course that didn't come up in the podcast at all.
Right.
Didn't talk about AD and Ollie and what actually happened. So it seems a little bit like trying to change the subject a bit. But also, like I said, if people are all saying it, obviously, I think she, not normal, but most people wouldn't get involved, wouldn't tell Alex Louis talk shit about her, just stay out of it. That's just obviously not Madison's personality. So
yeah, she said she was trying to be a girl's girl. And that's why she told Alex. And I mean, if I was Alex and I was kissing up on Louis, I would want to know what happened. But I don't know. Maybe Alex has a side. Maybe it went down a little different. We don't know. Everybody kind of tells a story from their perspective, and sometimes your perspective isn't accurate. There may be more to that story than we know. Madison says it's as simple as, I don't know why there would be a villa-wide argument over Louis talking shit about Alex. I don't know why everyone in the villa would need to get involved because of that, but I know in Madison's video she was like that Louis was like, keep my name out your mouth.
Her impression was funny.
Yeah, she was like, that's Louis, obviously. And I don't know if like, I don't know. I would like to hear more about these villa-wide arguments every night. Like every night, you guys were there for a month. So we're just talking about one argument. What about the others? Like,
that's the thing.
What's tea?
I want to hear that Madison did or said something about one of the women before we can start having a negative opinion of her. And I've been saying this since Love is Blind. I have a hard time not liking her when the people she was against on Love is Blind, Alex, and like people that we've come to find are not good people. They're kind of gross men. So it's like
she's always against the men. Even in her videos, she
Yes.
said, "I'm not going to say anything against a woman." You know,
Mhm.
so I think
If
people had a
AD
soft spot for Alex before they found out what he did, because he came off like a, "Oh my
Mhm.
goodness, you know," and then Mason too, like they both came off like very, and she just has a strong personality. But
Yeah.
but
But yeah,
I
until
don't know. A lot of people have had an issue with her this season, and like you said, where there's
Mhm.
smoke, there's fire. So
Yeah, like I need someone to tell us a story that isn't to do with Madison outing a man that sucks. That's all.
yeah,
Like, give
yeah,
us a story where she did something mean to AD or Sandy or Alex or any of the girls, like
yeah,
when she wasn't being a girl's girl, like we say, which is a silly term. But yeah, everything that we've ever heard about her is she did this to this man that for whatever reason,
right.
she usually seems to have a good explanation, and no one says she's lying about these explanations. It's not like that's why we need the other side of the story, right? If that's not what happened, then that's one thing. But if it was really her telling Alex that Louis talked about her, like I don't see why Sandy and AD would have a problem with that. It doesn't make sense. So
Yeah, there has to be more to the story. So
yeah, and another funny little thing we've heard, but not confirmed, but when Juliet said, like, I think they're gonna get married, apparently she wasn't talking about Ollie and AD, she was talking about Madison and Freddie, which makes a lot more sense because as we've heard, AD and Ollie didn't have a good relationship, and that's why they didn't win, that's why they didn't get voted for. So that one little comment felt very out of place. Like, so did you
right,
guys think they fought the whole time, or did you think they were gonna get married? Whereas,
right,
like, Freddie and Madison did seem solid throughout, and most people have said they would have won had they been an option. So
right,
we'd
right.
have to talk to Juliet and see if she'd tell the truth, but we've heard it wasn't about AD and Ollie, and it just makes me laugh because every Netflix, Kinetic, they're all using that quote, and even Ollie in the comments was like, "Oh, she's psychic," and like really attaching themselves to that. So who knows? What I would talk to Juliet. That would be fun. I think
That would be
she
fun.
kept it spicy.
She did. She's fun.
And Lucy and Daniel did the Val Pals today. I haven't finished listening yet, but one
Oh,
little
they did
thing
it together?
they did one then the other.
Oh, okay.
So the Val Pals was clearly not Team Daniel. Not blaming them for that because they outed him after the interview and said, well, he was in the interview, but Scott was there. He brought Scott with him off camera, and they were like, Scott was like laughing the whole time about what Daniel was saying. So they're like, it was obviously all BS. So it kind of outed him like that. It's like that's a
What?
little immature. Yeah,
Wait,
like
they
why
brought Scott.
he brought Scott just as like as a friend, like as support, and then Scott was like off camera, but they said he was laughing the whole time, like when Daniel was apologizing and like trying to explain himself, and Scott was laughing. So not a good look, but
Okay,
Lucy,
yeah.
yeah, Lucy just said, we heard about this trip they took to Cancun right after with Sandy and Louie. And she said she saw things on the trip that just made her realize that it would be a toxic relationship. Like he got mad when she turned her red receipts off. He got mad when she was like wearing a short vest and track pants and he was like trying to pull the shirt down, like cover yourself more. She said, should I wear this dress or this dress? One was long, one was short. And he was like, let's be real, you're going to wear the short one. It's you. And was like very, very toxic. So
Yeah, that's what he was giving on the show.
yeah.
Very
So
possessive, very controlling. So it's nice to know that when the cameras went down, that's actually who he is. So
yes, exactly. He was very true to himself. So, yeah, she said they were planning the trip, like the Netflix trip, to I think she said Zanzibar. I'm not sure where that
oh,
is, but
uh-huh.
do you know where that is?
I've heard of it. Yeah, I think
Okay,
I don't know.
I think that's what she said. I could be
Yeah.
mistaking it. I feel like that's what she said though.
Mm.
But yeah, she said it was just too toxic. So she didn't even want to go on a free trip with him. So that's saying a lot. But love Lucy. She was great on the show, but I don't know how much we can trust her narrative because she did lie about what we saw with our own eyeballs. So she said she saw the TikTok. She's obviously referring to yours. She didn't name you, but She said she saw the TikTok of someone saying Freddie had his hands on her waist and that never happened. She said her boyfriend saw it. So we're sorry, Lucy. We didn't know you had a boyfriend. Like, we thought we were just reporting what we saw.
Yeah. We
And
didn't know you had a boyfriend at the time that we
no.
said that, or else we still would have said it because we don't,
Yeah.
like, we're not fake bitches over here. I'm just kidding.
But,
That's what we saw.
We were very open about the fact that it was just a hand on the waist. It wasn't like looking in each other's eyes snuggled around the waist. It was literally like guiding you through a crowd. So we said it looked flirty, but definitely no like for sure sign of dating. That's why we stayed very open about the fact that it was flirty and that we saw him do the same to Ricky. So we were like, he's just a flirty guy. And Lucy
and
said
then she said in the interview that he's not handsy. She was like, he's not even handsy. He was the moment was a blur to me because I was in a daze. But actually, it was like he was like, he had his hand on my waist. He did hug me several times, but I just thought that was just him being uncomfortable.
Several.
So, yeah. He just hugged me several times. But he did. He was guiding Lucy through a crowd. When you're guiding someone through a crowd, you don't have to hold their waist an elongated amount of time. And I seen them when they were standing. He had his, he just kept touching her waist. That's not a big deal. Honestly, if your boyfriend's getting mad at that, you might have another Daniel on your hands, but we saw what we saw, and you're not gonna say that we lying and that it didn't happen because it did. We saw it with our own eyes, and it happened several times. If you want to keep it a stack, and we felt the flirty energy enough to be like, is there something going on there?
Yeah, like we definitely would never, like, that would be such a random thing to make up. We didn't even think twice about it. We saw it. We reported on it just because we didn't think it was a big deal. We were like, oh, that they would be cute together, but maybe it's friends. We didn't really know. And Rachel shared a photo of her, Freddie, and Lucy all like hanging out close on a couch watching the show together. He's close friends with them, like to the point where he's watching TV in sweatpants with them. So like for him to be touching her is just friends. Like he's obviously very comfortable being friends with women. So I don't know, for her to say he's not touchy, like I don't think he's touchy in a creepy way, but if you're that close of friends that you're like literally watching movies and TV together, like it's not a big deal to like be like, oh, let's go and touch her waist. So
in her boyfriend's not in her boyfriend's defense, but I would be intimidated by Freddie too. Don't touch my girlfriend at all. Don't even touch pinkies with her because you can steal her from me in the blink of an eye. Please don't touch her.
Well, and that's the thing, right? I'm assuming her boyfriend knows she was at like hanging out, watching movies, cuddled up with Freddie, and it's like
Universal,
Yeah, they went to Universal. She did say that was them doing photos together. So it's like, what is he, a best friend? But he obviously likes women. He's a straight, single, attractive, very attractive man. Like,
man,
something isn't adding up because, I don't blame him for being jealous. And if she does have a boyfriend, maybe she shouldn't be doing that stuff with Freddie. I don't know, but they're just friends. So I just think she should have just said, we're really close friends, so maybe he touched my waist. Not deny it, because now we're like, okay, that's suspicious. What's happening here?
Yeah. Why are you denying the truth? We saw with our own eyes, and everybody knows we don't lie over here, so.
No. And if it really is nothing, you don't gotta lie, right? So now I'm like, radar is up. So I think that's the only receipt reports. Sandy launched her man, but we showed you guys that like last week, so you knew.
Same man.
Twin.
Same man. Yeah, same man that she was. You said it was back in April when she first posted. When did the ultimatum come out? When did it
came out? Around November, December, Christmas. So
okay.
Yeah. So they just dropped the Love Island USA reunion trailer. Did you see that?
Didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. You are gonna.
Didn't see it. Where's my phone?
No. I'm like, we don't
have time.
I'm like, we don't got time right now, but it's long. But watch it after.
It's long. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it yet.
You're like, I can't help myself. I want to watch it right now, don't you?
I'm not.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have told you.
It's okay. I'll watch it after.
I will say that Shelly and Alandria definitely come for Huda, and rightfully so. Like they say, why would you didn't defend us? You told us you wanted us to meet your daughter. We were like this close in the villa, and then you said you were bullied. So that was an interesting part.
Good. I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did.
Yeah, she needed to hear. And Alandria's crying when she said this. That's very like horrible that someone could be your friend in the villa, come out and throw you under the bus. That's the thing. People keep saying like all the interviews have Huda's name in their mouth, but she's the one who did the first interview and brought them all up in a negative light. So
Yeah.
it's
And that was very bizarre to see after seeing them, Alandria and Huda on live, like snuggled up, like they were really good friends. Like she's like, this is my baby. And I was like, oh, dang, like I didn't even know they were that close in the villa. Like, you know, but you could tell from that live that they were close, you know?
Well, we saw Huda have a full meltdown when we thought Alandria left. Remember, she cried like on the floor crying, and it's like
Yeah.
then you come out and say you got bullied. This just, and then they do show the full heart rate challenge. Obviously, another crazy part, they do ask Brian about the cheating, and he
Oh.
says he had a lapse in judgment and like looks all sad, and everyone's like freaking out. But I think his lapse in judgment was probably just having the women around and taking photos. Everyone's acting like, oh, he's gonna admit he cheated. No, I don't.
Yeah. No,
He's just
no,
gonna
he's
say
not.
I shouldn't have been taking photos with girls or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
they seem happy. He said his mom loves Amaya, but I won't spoil anymore. Go watch it. Obviously, it's on the Peacock
Oh,
page.
God.
But
Okay. Oh, God. I'm going to stay away from the comments. You already
I'm
know.
sorry.
Yeah.
We'll get through this fast so we can go.
Yeah,
watch
you
it, so.
start using them tears, Landria, just like Huda was. I'm just kidding.
Right? And like I said, though, I don't see them fully coming for Huda, but I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, that's the appropriate. I think I'm glad that they are calling her out, but in a sentimental way, not in a bullying way. And again, you have to be very careful how you move because her fan base is they're children. So it's like you do have to be careful how you move so that. And again, that's going back into the deeper issue of being a darker skinned Black woman, like how you have to be extra cautious how you present yourself. So yeah, you do have to do it in a more emotional way. You can't do it in a firm, strong way, or you're going to come off as a bully, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's
I'm
fair.
curious to see what her response is. You know what I mean?
She does say in the clip, she said, I'm really sorry. Like she apologizes. So I'm like, it's going to be yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm worried about.
Because you keep apologizing. You apologized in the heart rate challenge for your actions on the show, and then you went on and called her daddy and said, so what? I licked his crotch. So, like,
Well,
you
I'm
know,
guessing.
like.
Yeah, you know that we saw the earlier clip where Olandra said, like, don't try to settle in private, like you already brought it public. So I do think Huda probably apologized to her after the interviews privately, like in conversation, phone, DM, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's when Olandra says, like, I want you to apologize here. So I'm a
No,
little worried
that's fair.
because
That's fair.
rightfully, yeah. And I think Olandria and Shelly have every right to come for Huda, but I'm a little worried that they're going to come for her and she's just going to cry and say, I'm sorry. And now they're all going to start up the bully talk again. So I hope
that's exactly what's going to happen.
doesn't. I know.
That's
So
exactly what's going to happen. She's going to cry. She's going to say, I'm sorry. I told you I was sorry after. And then it's like, yeah, no, let's do it publicly, just like you did, which is fair. But again, that's been the problem the whole season is you apologize and you cry and then you poke your chest out when you think you don't have to face it, you know?
Yeah.
There's a reason why she hasn't done any interviews since then. You know, they're like, oh, this girl needs to be media trained and she needs some help.
Yeah, and Ace hasn't done any either because I keep hearing he wants to address everyone to their face. So that's why he hasn't talked to anyone. They do show a couple clips of him just saying, like, why would I only get blamed for sending someone home and all this stuff? So I guess they're just going to talk about the Ace running the house narrative. Nick makes a joke.
Oh, go.
He just goes like, I think they asked him like what he thinks, and he's like, I just think whatever Ace thinks. So he makes a joke about it. But it's
that's funny, Nick. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Right?
No, but
it's
I did see Taylor say on the Kiki interview that Nick actually voted to keep Jeremiah, and that Taylor was the one driving the conversation to send him home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he actually said he voted to keep him. He was like, but I wasn't gonna like go to Jeremiah and be like, oh yeah, like I voted to keep you. It was them that said, you know. So I did hear him say that, but I think it's so funny that even in that interview, even though we know that was weeks ago, he said, oh, it wasn't how he was. It wasn't. Yeah, he was hooping, but it's how he was hooping. And again, I wish that Kiki would have been like, why are you so concerned with how he's hooping? Like, what does it matter? What does it matter to you? Like, why are you so worried about how he's hooping?
Yeah,
If he's hooping, if he's making a connection, he's doing what he's supposed to do in this experiment. Like, what the hell are you worried about it? But anyway, we've gone off into a Love Island
Yeah,
tangent.
sorry.
But thank you
A
for that. I
bittersweet
can't
report.
wait to watch it. I can't
Yes.
wait to watch it.
Yes, you're going to enjoy it. And obviously, we'll be covering the reunion on Monday. So if you do watch Love Island USA, come back for that. But for now, let's get
we are going to
into...
drop the episode Monday night. So
Yes.
after the reunion airs, we will be here and we will have it posted for you ASAP. So
yes, it'll be out the same night. So yeah, if you need to find somewhere to talk about it with, we will be here for you guys. So I'm excited. It's going to be good. But get into Love is Blind UK.
Yes.
Episodes 5 to 8. So let's talk about some of the couples that were a little less dramatic to start with. So like Jed and Barta, I think they're obviously the least dramatic so far. So what do you think about meeting the families?
I think that Jed and Barta are going to get married. There's not much to say. They seem very happy. They seem very compatible, aligned. Their families seem to get along. I think, yeah.
See,
I think they're going to
I don't know.
get married.
I don't have any spoilers. I don't know who gets married and who doesn't. We don't know that yet, at least. But they show a trailer at the end. Obviously, they keep doing this on Love is Blind and ruining it for everybody. So if you do want to know, the trailer is very telling. But I won't say what it shows because in case you don't.
Well, say what it shows because it's not always accurate. They could be tricking you, you know?
They do. Just skip ahead a bit if you don't want to hear what the trailer says. But they do show, like, you can tell it's Barta's bridesmaid and, like, crying and her crying sad. So look, they're making it seem like there's a sad ending for them. I don't know. Based on their social medias now, 2 is giving single, but that never is a for sure thing. That's speculation.
Oh, that would be really shocking to me, actually.
Yeah. I don't think they are. And this is like, so he posted, like, it tells you your insights of like how many views you've had in a month or whatever. And he shared that, which isn't necessarily a red flag. Obviously, all of these people are here for that. We can't fool ourselves anymore. But I don't know. It's just a weird when a man does that to me. Especially like one of these genuine, just here for love type men. And I'm like, you're looking at your social media stats. I don't know. He's giving me a little bit of a red flag, but also it's probably exciting, right? If you don't, you're just like going from a regular person to like millions of views. Like, that's cool. So give him a pass on that, but it was a slight red flag to me. So I'm like, it's not giving married man,
that's red flaggy. That surprises me. I guess I didn't dissect the trailer this time. Usually I do. I don't know. That's surprising to me because they seem to have no hiccups. They seem to be very... And if they don't get married, who the hell is getting married? Because I have changed my mind about Kieran and Megan, but we will get there.
Yes.
Because I'm like, wait, who else get married then? If it's not... Because I don't think Ashley and Billy are getting married anymore either.
I don't think so either.
Next few episodes.
I have 2 couples I think are, and we haven't talked about it yet. So let's, at the end, we'll give our predictions. I feel like we're probably thinking the same because, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like, based on what we see so far, Jed and Barta do seem solid, but her friend pointed out, right, like, you haven't had a fight yet. So I think that might be their issue, is they're probably both just like, let's just get through this. And I don't think maybe they don't really intend to get married because they are doing that thing that they do on the USA one where they're both just playing perfect, right? Like, no problems, no issues. That's fine. This is great. We're great. And then all of a sudden at the altar, you're like, what? Like Ben and Sarah, right? Where it's just like, you said everything was fine and you're okay with this and you're okay with that, but then you say no. So we're like, how did you get to know then? So
yeah, well, Ben and Sarah at least had different views. Like, they seem to be aligned on everything. So a no would be really shocking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel like they haven't really been digging deep into anything. Like her friend said, like, you're both just saying like everything's great. So
yeah, coasting.
And we've heard from other Love is Blind people, like, years down the road, like, oh, we were having all these off-camera fights. They have too much off-camera time on the show, which is fine for, like, their privacy, but for a viewer, we get very confused sometimes because we only see, like, they know when they're filming, they have a schedule, and then they have all these hours off-camera. Yeah. And so we're, like, not knowing what's actually going on. Like, when not to jump ahead, but obviously after the the mixer thing, they all went out after. It's like, we need a camera at that. That's crazy. You can't let them party without a camera. Like, that's what we're here for.
Why would you
Right.
let them all go to a party and not record it? Also, one thing that Barta said that threw me the fuck off, and let me know how you feel about this, where she was like, yeah, like, take me out on a first date, you pay for it, but on the second date, I'm happy to pay.
She is like an independent woman, which seems to bother him.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Not fuck the independent woman shit, but fuck that. Let a man court you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, paying for a second date is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like, yeah, like after you've been dating for a little while, maybe, you know, show maybe like a small gift to show appreciation, or like pick up a breakfast tab or ice cream, something like that down the line. But paying for a second date is wild. That is wild. You better court me, bitch. Just saying.
See, I was gonna say, like, even my husband, when we met, he was broke too, so I'm not the best to like stand up for this let a man pay, because now I would say that, like, if I was dating now, for sure, but back before, like, I might not have been
girl,
as serious
trust me,
about it.
I've been with my fair share of brokies and
Okay.
took care. That's how I've gotten to this point. I used to
you're like,
be,
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, fuck that. I've been with men and took care of everything, picked up the bill, paid all the bills, was the independent woman, was the boss bitch, had all the coin.
Yeah.
Not doing it no more.
No.
I've done my time, okay? I've done my time.
I think it's that thing, like the exception to the rule. Like, most of the time, if you have a man, you have to pay for everything, it's not going to go well, right? Randomly, if a man's like working on building up his life and eventually he pays you back, which is what happened with my situation, is fine. But that's rare, right? Like, usually if they're going to let you pay at the
they're
start,
a bum.
it's
Yeah,
not going to change.
usually they're a bum. Yeah. Like, even if a man that's comfortable, like, letting a woman pay for any, like, a man should feel uncomfortable letting a woman, like, just pay for shit, which just seems like that's Jed's issue. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know.
Well, it's more traditional. And I feel like people in our comments are going to yell about this because, you know, we're trying to be moving forward and women take care of themselves and women pay for things and even are the breadwinner now. But it's like,
yeah, that's fine.
I agree. It's hard to.
It's everybody. It's to each your own. If you want to be a, sure, so if I can call it a pick-misha. If you want to be a pick-misha and you want to, like, let a man, you want to pay for everything and you want to go, cool. Good for you. Couldn't be me. Like, I done my time. I'm not doing it. I'm not dealing with a broke man. I'm not paying for shit on a second date. I'm not doing it. Now, down the line, when we're a couple, I'm a very giving person. When I'm in a relationship, I am such a giver. I'm so thoughtful. I am, you know, I'm a trick. Like, you know what I mean? Because I want to spend on my boo. But when you're courting me,
yeah, that's different.
Please. Please.
Well, and like we've said on these shows before, like, the broke ones cheat more than the ones with money. So it's not like if you find yourself a really good one, but maybe he doesn't have money, is different. But they don't always end up that way. It's not like, it's usually they're broke and bad, so not worth it. Not worth paying
broke
for
and
them.
good ain't worth it either. I'm sorry. What the hell am I gonna do with a broke man? Not a damn thing. You need to match me or excel. Like, I'm not Barbara the Builder. Okay, that's what Shira said. Do you listen to Shira 7? She's like,
no,
fucking hilarious. She calls it Barbara the Builder. I am building a man. We grown. Like, you need to be built. So I'm not a fucking Lego set. Okay.
I love.
Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway,
we went
on a tangent.
We do that. We do that. Should we talk about Billy and Ashley? Because I was going into these episodes thinking they were our most solid couple.
For sure.
These episodes showed us they are not solid at all. I thought it was a little bit weird that she's never had, like, a boyfriend meet her family, or is that normal? Like, I don't know. By this, like, because they're what, late 20s, 30? Like,
I think they're, I don't want to say, but I think she's like, what mid 30s, right? 30
I thought like
she's
30-ish. Yeah, like 31, around
something
there,
like that. But yeah, that's bizarre. I would think that's bizarre. You know?
Yeah, like, I would think that means you've obviously never been able to progress in a relationship with someone, because she seems to have a good relationship with her dad, with her family. So
Yeah.
it's not that side of it, So that was a bit of a red flag to me, because I do find like she is very upbeat and bubbly and happy, but that may be like for the cameras, like what's really going on there, because
She
obviously she's messy.
messy.
Yeah.
She's messy. And she is a nice messy.
Yes, I was gonna make a compilation of all of her nosy questions, because I love
Yes,
it. Because
please
we,
do it. That's really
I know
good.
we need it, because I appreciate the messiness. But yeah, I feel like, yeah,
When
she's
she was like,
playing like,
is it because you're thinking of Demila?
yeah.
Like, is it because you're thinking of Demila? She's like, no.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if the producers have like an earpiece for her, and they're like,
Yeah.
Ashley will do it. Tell her to ask this. Tell her to
Yeah,
ask
she
that.
does it
Because
in such a nice way that comes off
yeah,
like very authentic. So that's good.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like in the pods, she presented herself as very happy, upbeat, easygoing, right? But then we see, well, now she's not like, he's very regimented, and she's pushing back. She could easily be like, yeah, that's fine, but she's pushing back. Like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do that. I
Yeah.
need my goodie drawer. I'm not doing this and that, and like not as easygoing as he might have predicted her to be. In the
Yeah.
pods, I think he was like, everything's gonna be my way. She's gonna go along for the ride, and now she's like, I don't really. This is not what I want. So I think
Yeah.
they didn't expect to butt heads over all this stuff. So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
food thing, like, I mean, she's obviously very thin girl. If she wasn't, I feel like this would be a lot more controversial, because he's very picky about food and eating, and it could be seen as him shaming her. But
Yeah.
I didn't get that vibe. But
Yeah.
like, why can't he just eat what he wants and she eat what she wants? Like,
That's exactly what I was about to say.
yeah,
Like, why can't you just do that? Like, what's so crazy, I've been with one of my exes from a long time ago
mhm,
was a personal trainer.
yeah,
So it would annoy me that he would not like but he would just eat what he wanted and I would just eat
mhm,
what I wanted. He would never
yeah,
eat sweets. He would never, and I'm over here like chomping down a fucking Snickers
yeah,
bar. He wouldn't eat sweets and stuff. And he had his regiment and he stuck to his regiment, and I'd be over here eating Cheeto Puffs while he was eating turkey and
yeah. That is annoying, because sometimes you just want someone to eat the goodies with you.
seriously. Or when you go out to dinner, you just want to like eat, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh, I gotta like count my macros. You're like,
I know that's
it's really annoying. But I get you don't look the way he looks, and you're not fit like that unless you
mhm,
do that.
yeah. I think she could either see it as a good thing, because like I said, she's obviously thin, but maybe like he's more of like a working out type of like muscle type person, right? So you could eat, that's his life, clearly. So you
Yeah.
could either see that as like, okay, I'm gonna get on his regimen and do that when I'm home, and if I want
Yeah.
some goodies, I'll go out and do that. Like, I'll go out for dinner with friends, or like,
Yeah.
you could kind of compromise. But
He can compromise, I think.
yeah,
I don't think it's her. I think it's him. He seemed more like, no, like that's
yeah,
not going to be in the house.
yeah,
Absolutely not. She seemed more like, okay, do what you want, but I'm going to do what I want. And he was just kind of like, no, there's not going to be cake
hmm,
in the house. Like, well, if
yeah,
you're
that's
disciplined and you're sticking to this regiment, like a little cake in the house shouldn't bother you, bitch. Don't eat it. Like, it's for
yeah,
me. Like, but he seemed more like, no, I don't want that in my house. To where she did seem more kind of like, do your thing with your food, but
yeah,
like that's not me, you
no.
know?
Well, she was like, I don't want you cooking me like meat, rice, and veggies and stuff. So
Yeah, like
I'm
I'll
like,
I'll
they
make my
need
own
to,
food.
yeah, they need to just compromise. Or like, okay, I'll eat the meat, rice, and veggies, but I'm having my goodie drawers and I'm making my own stuff if I don't want that. So, because
Right.
it's bad that he can't even have it in the house like that. Like you said, he's not that regimented, then he's not that controlled if he just can't have it in his house. Because it would be
Right.
really hard to find a partner that doesn't want any kind of stuff like that in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah,
So,
I try not to like sodas. Like I love Cokes.
uh,
I will not buy them like at the
yeah,
grocery store, right? So if
mhm,
I want one, I have to go to a restaurant or I have to like go out of my way to get up and go to 7-Eleven and get one. You know what
yeah,
I mean? So I do things like that for my diet. Otherwise, I'm going to drink 5 Cokes a day if they're
yeah,
sitting in my fridge. And I try and do the same with chips and like junk food, but I definitely have my little Hershey's Nuggets, you know, because I like a little sweet treat
I love it.
after my dinner, you know, so
Yeah.
that I understand, but like him being like, I think it has to just be a thing of like, you know, if you don't want what I'm cooking for dinner, like feel free to cook your
Yeah.
own dinner, or, you know, or I can cook you what you like. Like, I think, like, you know, that has to be to where, yeah, is it annoying to cook 2 separate meals?
Mhm.
Sure. But if I want enchiladas and you want to eat your turkey and rice, like,
Yeah, it sounds like he doesn't want to be around it. So that's definitely going to be like a deal breaker for them, I think, because that's a huge thing. Like
yeah,
food is a daily problem. It's going to keep coming up every day. So
yeah, as is
I
her
don't know.
job.
Yes. Okay. I've never heard cabin crew before, but I guess that's what they call flight attendant.
Yeah,
Same thing. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
I just never realized it was such a thing. I don't know. I don't have any flight attendant friends, I guess. Do you?
yeah. No,
No.
actually, no.
I guess because it's, like, so easy to fly in Europe, right? Like, everything is so close, so maybe that's why they're like I don't know. I think that'd be cool to date someone or marry someone that's a flight attendant, because then you get the free trips, and you can go with
Yeah,
them,
but they're
right? They get
gone a
That's
lot.
true.
They're
Yeah.
gone a lot. Like, and your job isn't just like 9 to 5. It's
Mhm.
like if you have an overnight trip or if you're traveling somewhere overseas, you're gone for a couple of days. So I get it as far as like a stability standpoint where he said,
Yeah.
I want something that's stable. And the fact that one of the last things that he said was like, oh, as long as they're not cabin crew. And then it's like
Yeah.
you end up with the girl that's cabin crew. Like, what are the odds? I do
Mm,
think this was an issue in the pods, and I do think it's ultimately going to be the reason that they don't get married because 6
mhm.
months in the beginning of your marriage, that's the toughest time. You're already adjusting to getting married, and then to have to adjust to this crazy schedule where I don't see my brand new wife for 3-4 days.
Yeah.
It's not ideal, you know?
No. I feel like long term it would be good because once you've been married a while, you kind of get sick of each other, and it's like, oh, now I'll miss you, and you never get sick of each other. So it wouldn't be that bad, but in terms of developing a connection in a new marriage, it would be hard, and they're gonna miss important things probably, which would be hard. And plus, there's always like, this is probably just rumors, but they say like the pilots and the flight attendants on all their layovers, they all have a good time.
What they be saying? Oh, that they be getting down? That's what they say, that they be getting down? Okay, I didn't know
Apparently,
that. I didn't
apparently
know that.
there's a lot of affairs in the flight industry,
Ooh!
but because I mean, you know, you go to the hotel together. What else are you gonna do? Go to the bar, have a drink? I don't know. If any of our listeners work in the industry, let us know. But you probably don't want to let us know publicly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they don't wanna let us know. Their
I
partner's
think
gonna
it's
be like,
like
"Oh, that's what you doing."
it's like any job has that risk, but I think just the fact that hotels are built right into this job just probably adds that. But
Yeah,
a lot of jobs do business trips, right? So
yeah.
this one just every night is a business trip, I guess. So yeah.
Mhm.
So don't date no
Yeah.
pilots.
Yeah, hell no. Yeah, so I don't think they're getting married anymore, which is
No, me
yeah,
either. I agree.
yeah,
Well, should we talk about something a little more dramatic and get into the mixer, because a lot of our other couples were involved in the mixer drama. So,
yeah.
well, why don't we talk about Katisha and Javin and all of that before they got to the mixer? What were you feeling like? Were they solid? Because
I
I
was
didn't really.
feeling no.
No.
I haven't thought that they were solid. You could feel the hesitation from both ends. I think she
Hmm.
really does know that she made a mistake. You could literally feel it. You could see it. The fact that they haven't even left the island yet and they're already like, "Oh, well, maybe we'll continue to date." Like you're
Yeah.
already saying that it's going to be a no before
Hmm.
you even leave the island. I think that was a massive
Yeah.
like, that was very telling. They
Hmm.
both know this shit's not going to work out.
No, I don't think he ever intended to get married. I don't know about her. Like,
Uh,
she's sabotaged, obviously, by
mm.
picking him. Like, she knew Demolo was the better choice. They might get married, so she picked him knowing it probably wasn't going to work out. Or do you think she did intend to marry someone?
I don't know. I can't,
Yeah.
like, she's very hard to read. I
Hmm.
feel like she does want to get married and she's trying to do something different, but she doesn't realize she's doing the same thing, which is why
Yes.
she ultimately walked. which I'm jumping ahead, which is why she ultimately left and walked out, which I'm very proud of her for doing that, because like she
Yeah.
said in the past, I've stayed, I've listened, I've believed, and she could have very easily done that with Javin, um, and she didn't. So I think that that was a good sign, but also, I don't know. How did you feel about her chat with Damala?
I didn't get like romantic vibes from them. Like I didn't really feel like she felt like she missed out. Like I still
Yeah.
think she was happy with her choice. I think she unfortunately probably is realizing through this process that she's attracted to the troublemaker and that that is a problem. But I think sometimes you can't force yourself to be attracted to the good guy, right? And he even said, "A nice guys finish last." And like she said, "Oh, don't say that," but it's true. Like you
It
don't,
is.
you need a little bit of that butterflies, but it's hard to find that in a man that's not gonna cheat on you, right? So
Ah!
eventually she'll learn you have to go for the Demolas to have a steady relationship, which I mean, we don't know him. He seems like a great guy. Obviously, we didn't learn much about him.
Mhm.
Still waiting for
Mhm.
that other shoe to drop, but he
So
seems
wait a minute. He
wonderful.
seems very wonderful. And even when she was like, continue being a lover boy, and he was like, I don't think I will. That made me
I
so sad.
know.
Somebody was in my comments and said, this is before I watched the episodes, like, I don't know about Demela anymore after saying that he's not going to be nice to women anymore. I was like, that's not what he
No.
said. First of all, he said he's not going to continue being a lover boy, which makes me sad because, but then he did say, oh, like for the right woman, right? Because
Yeah.
exactly, everything has to be for the right person.
Mhm.
But I did in that moment was like, this is how people's villain origin stories are created. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, he just got hurt. He's like this sweet, genuine guy. He just got hurt. So now he goes into the next situation guarded and not and wanting to be the one to hurt instead of being hurt. And
Yeah.
then you might be then doing it to a good girl who then you hurt her. So now she goes into her next situation, the villain. This is how the villain origin story is created. I used to be a
So
sweet
true.
lover girl, Ashley. I used to go in guards down, like just full of love and hope. And now I'm like,
And now
please. Y'all are all gonna pay for each other's sins.
they've destroyed you. Well,
Yeah.
what's like the Batman saying? It's like you either live long enough to become you die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. So yeah, you become the villain, and that's what's happening to Demola. Well, hopefully it doesn't, but that's kind of what he alluded to. Like, I'm done
Yeah.
being the good guy, but I
Yeah.
don't know if he could change. Like, that you are who you are, right? And he
No, you
seems
could change,
such.
bitch.
Oh,
Trust me, you can change. It can all change because you just don't want to put yourself out there in the same way to get hurt, so you go in very guarded. And when you're
yeah.
guarded, that naturally, the other person can feel that. You're
Hmm.
not getting the same genuineness, which is, I
Yeah.
think, the main difference. So it was sad to see that,
Yeah,
you
I would have
know.
loved to see like a Zach and Bliss situation where she ran off with him, but like I
Yep.
said, I didn't get the vibe that she wasn't sad that she made that choice. I think she wants to be attracted to Demla and want that for herself, but she's not there yet. So maybe after what happened with
Right.
Javon, or however we say it,
Javin.
Javin.
Javin. I think they say it Javin. But what did you think of Javin? Because I feel like Javin is going to use or was going to try to use, that was his plan. He was always going to say no. We know that, right?
Mhm.
And then his
Mhm.
excuse would have been because of how quickly you changed your mind with Demila. He was going to use what happened with Demila
Mhm.
against her, no matter
He,
what, no matter how, no matter, even he asked her, like, what did you say? And she said, I said, you don't have to
you don't
worry.
have to
And like,
worry.
he's just hanging on to that. I don't
Mm.
know if you noticed, if when she's asked, how was your chat with Sophie? He instantly brought up Demila right after.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
yeah, he's going to use that. And I think, I don't know.
I've seen him in the comments already saying, because they announced the reunion August 31st.
Okay.
He's been in the comments, like, can't wait to bring the truth with the receipts. Like, he seems to have some sort of story that's going to make it all better. I don't know about that, but we'll see what he has to say. What did you
Yeah.
think of? I feel like him having older sisters explains his personality a lot. I've never dated a man like that's the baby of the family with the older sisters. Have
Yeah.
you, though? Because I feel like that's a dynamic that's trouble.
No, but my brother is the youngest
Right.
boy, and all
Hmm.
three of us, he has three older sisters.
Okay.
So I don't think I've ever dated a guy where it was like that. No.
No. What do you
Mm-mm.
think of your brother's girlfriends, like, when you brings them around? Are you, like, protective of him, or
Mm-hmm.
you're like
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like, what? Who are you? What do you want?
yeah.
What's up?
That's the
Luckily,
thing,
my
I think
brother doesn't really date. He's
oh, okay.
he should, because he's such a handsome kid. But we're not gonna get. I'm not gonna throw him under the bus.
No.
But
Well,
he's
if any
got some
single girls out
growth to do.
there.
He's he's a handsome kid, and he should be like living his life and dating and traveling and working and doing all those things, but he's not. So
Mhm.
luckily, we don't have to worry about that. I think he's only brought home like one girlfriend, and it's been like,
Okay.
mm, I guess you cool, you
Yeah.
cute,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I
Y'all
think
ain't gonna get married. He's like 20, so it's like you're not gonna get
yeah.
married, so it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah, I just kinda gave, like I don't know, he seems not spoiled, but you know what I mean. He was very, like,
coddled,
babied, you could
yeah,
tell. Yeah,
baby,
yeah,
yeah.
coddled. Yeah, like,
Mm-hmm.
this is my routine. I get home from work at 9, I go to bed at 10, like, he didn't really not really used to, like, compromise a lot. He probably gets his way at home a
For
lot,
sure,
and that's what I was getting, but
for
not like
sure.
they're gonna get to the marriage anyways, that doesn't matter, but that
Yeah.
would have been another red flag about him. Wait, did you see that TikTok that someone made a little clip of Javin? I guess there's, like, a little scene where they're eating dinner, and he's talking to Katisha, and he does the old flip the phone over, you know? He, like, sees a text and
Oh.
flips it. Yes, which another
Oh, fuckboy 101.
yes,
Yeah.
very much so. A very big red flag. So, not surprising the way that it turned out. Obviously, we saw them go to the mixer, and he had a great time chatting with Sophie. Like, what did you make of his open flirting? Like, he was not hiding it at all.
I don't, girl, she's better than me, let me tell you. Because first of all, I thought that the conversation between him and Anu was inappropriate. Like, why are we
Yeah.
talking about y'all should have went on more dates, right?
Mhm.
And then
Yeah, you're.
Sophie walks in, and he says and I think you guys let me know in the comments in British banter or chat, is saying somebody's all right, does that mean like they tight like that, they that bitch? Because in America, when you say, oh, she's all right, it just means like, oh, she cool, like she ain't, like she ain't all that, like it's like she
Mhm.
ain't all that. But it seems to me that in their lingo it means like, oh, she's all right, like she's all right, like she's
Yeah.
nice, she's fit in it, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I think because Billy was like, she's all right, and he was very respectful. Even Kieran was very respectful, I think, when he seen Sophie.
Yeah.
He's like, she's a gorgeous girl, whatever. He left it at that. And then we see, Mr. Javin, like she's
Yeah.
all right. And then, but I thought the conversation between him and Anu was inappropriate. Like, why are we
Yeah.
talking about you guys should have dated more? Like,
Uh-huh.
what'd you think of that?
Yeah, I thought everything he did basically was inappropriate. He seemed like one of the single people at the mixer that never got engaged looking for their match. So I found it very bizarre. He was not acting engaged whatsoever and seemed to just be like trying to find his next person. And I can only imagine how he was talking once the cameras were off, if that's how it was when the cameras were there, because
Right,
obviously
right.
we hear wait, before we talk about when they went out after the mixer, Anu and Patrick had a funny little exchange. So
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of comments be on Patrick's side. So what do you think about that?
Okay, because we know what we know about Patrick, and if you don't know me in reality, actually, we broke the story that Patrick had a baby on the way during filming. So whatever he says, he's spewing shit. Okay, we don't
Yeah,
care.
he's trouble.
You're trouble. You had a woman pregnant. You failed to disclose that on the
Hmm.
show. So whatever you do, suck an ass. So whatever the thing is when I watched it, to
Hmm.
me, it's very clear that this is poor editing. To
Yeah.
me, it's very clear that something happened that she was going off about that we didn't have clarity on, because to the naked eye, it just looks like she's overreacting for no reason,
Yeah.
right? It's like 1 minute he's like, there's no way that, we're meant to be together. And she's like, you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar. And it's like, it
Yeah.
doesn't even make sense that she's calling him a liar
Hmm.
based on what he's saying. So I'm like, what was cut out? You know?
Yeah, there must have been some sort of reassurance from him because the way we saw it go down was he seemed really into her. She was kind of like being standoffish. Then the next meeting, she came in with the song and she was so sure about him. So it's like, where did that come from? I feel like we missed a date between or something between where she's
Mm-hmm.
getting this feeling that, yeah, he promised her sort of that he
Well,
was
he
gonna pick her.
did say on camera in one breath, my spleen has directed me in like that it's no one else. Like, I only want to chat to you. I only want to talk to you. And then it's like, I think what we saw was them break up in that same sitting. So I'm assuming that maybe those were two separate dates. Like, I don't know what happened, but
Mhm.
in the chat with her at the mixer, something seemed off. It seemed like she was going at him.
Yeah.
It seems like, right, he's all calm and all zen, and then she's just going at him. So I could see
Mhm.
why people who don't know about the Patrick news is on
Mhm.
his side.
Yeah.
I love how because I was thinking the same damn thing. Like, why the hell you got that damn scarf on? Pirate Patrick, like, what is happening? So I am happy that she like dragged him for filth, but I can see to the naked eye without you realizing, like, this doesn't their conversation didn't even make sense. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? Like, you're calling him a liar because he said that you guys are not a match, and then I don't know. It
Mhm.
just seemed like she was overreacting to
Well, and
nothing, but it was the edit. That was a remember we seen that on one episode of Love is Blind with it was at the bar with like the friend, and you could tell it was just chopped and screwed to where it was like, this conversation
yeah.
doesn't even make sense. Like, so that's what I was like, we missed something. That's what
Yeah.
I said. We missed something.
Well, and if he left without proposing to anyone, and then we hear like his plan was to go just to promote his business, which he said spleen 75,000 times, so it makes sense. Like, obviously, that might be where her anger is coming from, right? It's not like, oh, you just had a better connection with someone else. You proposed to that person. I'll be happy for you now, even if I feel like you led me on. It's more like you're fake, right? You came to be on TV, have your moment, and then you weren't planning to propose. So that
Yeah.
is maybe why she was so mad. Because yeah, you can't really be that mad at because they just liked someone else better. But I don't think he did like propose to anyone, right?
Mm-mm.
And as far as we know,
No.
so
Not she kept calling it saying splenic rectum.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I put that in my compilation. I realized today when I was watching more, because I kind of quickly watched to pick up all the spleens I could for my compilation yesterday. And then before we were doing our recap, I'm like, okay, gotta thoroughly watch it. And I see I missed a few more spleens. Like I didn't even get them all. And I put like 20 in there. So
See, that's
I'm like,
crazy. Yeah.
it is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
many.
exactly what he was there for. And bizarre because you did an awful job promoting it. But yeah, I don't know. I did think that in that scene something seemed off. Like we missed some context, but it doesn't
Mhm.
matter what Anu said or how harsh she was. Like, Patrick, you had a baby on the way that you didn't disclose, and you did waste her time, and you weren't there for the right reasons,
Yeah.
and you are a liar, and you are a cheat, and you are a fake, and this human design uh you know pirate shit is you're
Splenic.
full of shit. You're the splenic shit is full of shit. So that's why she was saying splenic rectum, because yeah,
I
but
just
yeah,
keep
but
hearing her singing, "You're a liar." It's so funny.
yeah, she was singing
I
some
can't.
other stuff, and then he gonna say, oh, it was nice to hear you sing. Like, shut the fuck up.
She was
Shut the
trying
fuck
to.
up, Patrick. Like, yeah. So, my question to you is, do you think, moving on from Patrick and Anu, do you think, because based on the conversation that I was hearing between Javin and Sophie, that they had a connection in the pods? It seemed
Yeah.
like Sophie was his other choice, but that we
Yeah,
didn't see.
yeah, there was definitely something we didn't see because they seemed very, yeah, like he tries to say later on that they were arguing. It's like, what would you be arguing about unless something went down in the pod? So why didn't they show us that so we would have more context for these scenes? I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because
And she's asking him, do you think you made the right choice? Yeah.
yeah, I think they must have. Who knows though? Because he said to Anu we should have dated more. So maybe he just had like one date with everyone. And
And
now
then
seeing them, he's like, yeah, I should have hung out with you more. So
And then Yolanda, like when Yolanda walked in, it was like he was just into everybody because his
yeah,
eyes lit up when Yolanda walked in, and Anu even made like a statement like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get you in trouble, but she might." But then it's like you're into Sophie. I'm confused. I'm sorry. If I would have seen my man over there chatting, laughing. What the hell's so funny, bitch? Ain't nothing in the world that goddamn funny. I would have went over there like, I like to laugh. What's up?
yeah.
Like, I like to laugh too. What's the fucking joke?
And the audacity he had to go out when she was sitting there all sad and like he left the house. Like I would have locked the door, changed the locks, throw his stuff outside. Like he just came back after going out without her. I don't know why she didn't go, but
Yeah,
he
because
was
he did
upset.
kind of ask her to go.
Yeah.
He asked her, like, so are you staying in? So he did ask her to go. And
Mhm.
I get it. She was sitting there pouting
Yeah.
instead of saying, and that's why she was like, did you pick up on the fact that I was upset yesterday? And
Yeah.
he's like, no, not really. He's lying. He's full of shit. You could totally tell she was upset. But
Yeah.
not in his defense, because F him, but he's like, use your words. If you were upset and you didn't want me to go out, you should have said, I'm upset and I don't want you to go out. I'd prefer you stay in tonight, not assume that he's going to pick up
Hmm.
on cues that you're upset.
Yeah.
But I just think that seeing how he behaved at the mixer, there's no way I would have not I would have let, because you can't let somebody
Yeah.
do anything, but I would have been clocked him and Sophie at that
Yeah.
mixer. I'm surprised nobody did, or she didn't, because I would have been like,
Hmm.
excuse me. Like,
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah. I can't even imagine what they would have done out alone without the cameras. And I can't imagine, like, I don't understand why they let them do that, but I guess they can't keep them on the clock 24/7. I would think they
There should have
should, but
been a camera at that mixer. Wasn't it like this happened in the last season of Love is Blind, where they
yeah.
all went to a bar after the mixer, and then somebody supposedly kissed somebody, and it was like this big thing. And it's
Yeah,
like, had the cameras been there, we would know.
oh, they should have had Ashley like record on her phone because she's the messy one and she could have caught like the action. Because I know they do that sometimes on the housewife shows. They go out after filming stops, but they tell them like if something goes down, just get it on your phone. So once in a while you'll get a little like phone recording fight or something.
This
So
would have
they
been
needed
good.
yeah, they
This would
needed
have.
to pay one of them extra to be like the after hours cameraman because yeah,
So
some
what do
kind of
you
proof.
think about this whole I think we've seen enough just at the mixer in general. So hearing
Mhm.
that they went out after and some more went down once cameras were down. First of all, what the hell do you need to go into a photo booth to argue with somebody who's not your bitch for? Like,
That's crazy.
what the hell do I, what are we even fighting for?
Mhm.
Two, a photo booth? Like, y'all couldn't walk outside, like on the balcony or
No, you
whatever, outside in the front, like normal
You
people?
only
Like,
go in a photo booth for one reason, and
what's
that's
that?
to make out with someone because there's
And
no photos.
are we 13? Like, we're making out in photo booths? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Well,
And
because that's
then
what
did you see the post that, like,
Yes, I
we
did.
won't get into the fight with Megan and Kieran yet, but like there was this whole debacle of like if there was a curtain or
Yes.
not. If that photo booth had a curtain, it does in fact have a curtain. So
Yes. Our friends, I think their podcast is called Love to See It. They posted on theirs that they had a curtain at the bar on the photo booth. They had a photo. I don't know where they got the photo from. I just saw it quickly, but they have the photo, so we'll share it so you guys can see. But
mhm.
yeah, proof that there was a curtain. So he
Yeah.
lied straight up about that.
Yeah. And I do think that he was trying to get out of it on semantics, right? Like, I was talking to them all night. Like, no, I was talking to them. Okay, you talked to Damila and whatever the guys for 30 minutes. Okay, but
Yeah.
if you spent majority of your time talking to the women, then yes, that could be classified as all night or a significant portion of the night with them. Do you think something went down between him and Sophie? Do you think there was a kiss?
I don't know. Like, I would like to think she wouldn't do that, but seeing their behavior at the mixer really is hard. Like, they were like staring through each other's eyeballs, Like, they really were
Not only
given.
staring. They were making inappropriate comments when he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, I can't sit down in this dress. Why can't you sit down in this dress? Oh, because my vagina is going to be out. Who wants to see my vagina?" And he's like, "No comment. I'm not going to answer." Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, that makes it hard to believe they would just sit nicely in a photo booth. If you know you're on camera and your fiance is feet away and that's the conversation, like, off camera in a closed photo booth, I mean, I would not be shocked if there was more than kissing, so, I
And
mean
then they're talking about her living 5 minutes up the road. Why? Why does it matter?
Well, I wonder if she tracked his location like old, what's her name? Laura and Jeremy. Remember that whole debacle with the
Yeah.
car? He left his car at the bar, but she tracked him to Sarah Ann's house. So I don't think Katisha was tracking him, but I would be wondering like what he did all night because yeah, the
Yeah.
he
So,
can't be trusted.
and some people just don't take, like, if he's, first of all, we already seen him telling Sophie, like, "Oh, this is not that it's not serious, but basically we're having issues and like there's been
Mhm,
problems." So it's like, who knows? Off camera, he could have told her anything. He could have been like, "This is fake. Like, we're not really engaged. We're not getting married." Like, so Sophie was like, "Oh, okay, like free reign. Like, okay, like
mhm.
cool." What do you think of Sophie saying that Kieran is not her type and like implicating like, well, at least you guys have handsome men.
I think she was just being petty and salty, which
You hate
part
her.
I was gonna say I actually think she's kind of funny, but don't come for me. But I wouldn't want to like be friends with her. I don't necessarily think she's like acting like a good person, but these people are very entertaining on a show like this, right? With her like, do you have a lychee martini and all these silly things. Like she just seems a little in her own world, right? And not aware of other people's feelings
That's
or
what Katisha
no
said.
self-awareness.
She can't see past herself. That's what she
Yeah,
said, right?
exactly. So, obviously, in real life, not a great person to be around, but on a show like this, we love those people. So, she was just being salty, and I think, Meg clocked that when she said like, she was like, "Why'd you let him wear that jacket out?" And
She's like,
she
I
was
like
like
it,
yeah, she was just trying to
bitch.
make her feel bad, like, "Oh, I wouldn't have wanted him anyways," so just
Yeah,
playing with
I
her.
think she was trying to make herself feel better because Kieran
Mhm.
is a handsome guy regardless.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I think his behavior at the mixer was inappropriate. If that's how he's acting in front of Katisha's face, we can all just assume that it was amplified. Um,
Mhm.
when there were no cameras there and Katisha wasn't there, you don't go as an engaged man. First of all, why are you arguing with another woman? What are you guys
Yeah,
even
that's
arguing
weird.
about? You go into a closed photo booth and close the curtain for what? Because y'all are doing something trifling.
Well, yeah, because
And
she was barely in her dress, so, I mean, I don't think sitting cuddling in a photo booth would have been just platonic at all, so
there's not even enough room for both of you guys. Like, you have to sit on his lap, essentially. Whatever, ho. Y'all ain't slick. We know what the hell y'all was doing in that goddamn photo booth.
Oh,
And
wait.
obviously, nobody's gonna come out and admit it because then they're
No.
both gonna be most hated.
Yeah. But I just wanna say one more thing about Katisha. Her mom, I loved her. She was so sweet. All the
Yes,
parents are always so adorable, but I liked her family. They were cute.
they were cute. And also, bitch, if you knew you was canoodling in a fucking photo booth 24 hours between meeting my family, don't meet my freaking family. You know what I
Right?
mean? Like, that's so messed up that he did that?
Yeah.
Like, if you knew that it's not there for you and you knew you were doing something inappropriate,
Mhm.
don't make that extra step and meet my family because that's just mm-mm,
No. Yeah, he was
mm-mm.
out late and then goes right to see her family the next day, so
And if you was in a photo booth with some another woman, why would you even be why are we even you should have just been like, can we postpone this because I think we need to talk, because that's like a big slap in the face for me.
yeah.
So, but
Mhm.
Megan comes and she tells Katisha,
Yep.
obviously Megan has no reason to lie.
No.
She's not just hating on Javin
Mhm.
because she's just a hater. Like, so obviously I really like that Katisha really didn't take much time to think about it. She
Mhm.
took that ring off, wrote him a note, packed up, and left. And I think
Yeah.
that this is what she doesn't realize, that she's been repeating a pattern of behavior from her past from the beginning.
Yes.
I think
Mhm.
she realized, oh God, I picked the same guy over and over, and like, let me get out before
Yeah.
if I do, like, right, the same thing would have happened. If she would have had a last conversation with him, the same thing would have happened that happened with Demila. Like, he
Mhm.
would have convinced her that Megan's somehow lying or not being truthful, and she would have taken him back, and she would have continued on in the process. So I do think she deserves a lot of credit for just walking away.
Yeah, I'm glad she didn't just ride it out for, like, more screen time or to say no at the altar, although that would have been kinda cool to see her say no, but there's no way he was gonna say yes, so
Yeah.
at least she didn't even go through all of that, you know?
Yeah, because honestly, that's the hardest part about this experience is like they said, like, you sign up for it, but your family does not.
Mhm.
I would not get my family involved if I knew I wasn't going to the altar. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I would not get my mom's hopes up like that, my grandma's hopes up, unless it's like I told them behind the scenes, like, this shit is fake. Like, don't get
Just
too
enjoy the
happy. Like,
party.
just enjoy the party. Like, nobody's getting married. Don't get emotional. Don't cry. Like, none of that shit. Like, it ain't happening. But I wouldn't get my family involved, especially like marriage is so important to a lot of
Mhm.
parents and grandparents, like especially like someone like Srover's family. Like, this is not for play.
No.
So I do respect Katisha for
Yeah.
walking out and not letting it fester, and in the because that would have maybe possibly changed
Mhm.
her mind.
Yeah.
um what did you think of how Javin talked to Megan?
I thought it was brutal. I thought he was rude, but he's also a cheater and a liar, so it was on par for his behavior, but
Right.
I thought Kieran maybe should have stepped up a little more. Yeah,
Same.
and been like,
Same.
"Get out of here, like, you're not gonna talk to my fiancé like that." Like,
Yeah.
she's honest, we saw what we saw, like, because we did say in our last episode, we were told that they saw them making out in the photo booth, so I don't know if that was a miscommunication or if that's just what everyone assumes happened in there, or if that is what they saw, but they didn't say it. Like, I don't know if we'll hear more at the reunion or something, but they're not gonna say all of that if it's not true. So I think Kieran should have been a little like stepped
He
up more,
should have
but
stepped up. I mean, he did step in at one point and say, look, bro, like, we're just speaking on our experience and what we saw, and you were in that photo booth and it was closed. But I
yeah.
think where I don't respect Kieran at is like, I'd have been like, homie, like, who are you talking to? Don't talk to my girl like that. Like, talk to me. Like, that's what she saw, and that's what I saw too. So we can finish having this conversation. But you're not about to sit here and yell at my girl. Like,
Uh-huh.
that kind of would have put me off Kieran. I'm not even gonna lie. I would have been looking at him like, bitch, you just gonna let him fucking sit here and talk to me like this?
Yeah, like do something
Do
and
something, anything. Like,
yeah, she left crying, right? And he just sat there, but
I
I
mean,
think
he
he did go
said like, oh,
comfort her.
I didn't mean to make your girl cry, but it should have never got to a point where you're making her cry, because the minute you're raising
No,
your voice at her, Karen should have ended that conversation.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
It went too far. Like, he was obviously not gonna admit it, and so, yeah, he shouldn't
Right.
have
Yeah. You're not.
there was no reason for him to even confront her. Because like, what did he want her to say? Like, she said what she saw. She had every right to tell Katisha, and what did he want from that conversation?
He was trying to hang on to semantics.
Yeah.
I was not with them all night. You didn't see me talking to Demila and Patrick and so and so. So
Mhm.
I want you to then tell Katisha that we weren't together all night. Okay.
Yeah.
Because she said all night and not majority of the night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As opposed to like,
Yeah.
if every time she saw you and looked at you, you were talking to the women, and at no point in the night did she see you talking to the men, her perspective is, yeah, majority of the night. We're not saying all night. Like, of course you did other stuff. You probably took a piss. You probably went to the bar. But that's what liars do. They try to
Yeah.
get out of it on semantics. Well,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't all night because I took a smoke break. I took a phone call. I went to take a pee. So how could I be talking to them all night? Bitch, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know that I meant majority of the night, ho. Don't be trying to be slick. And that's what he was doing. So he wanted to get his point across that, oh, I was talking to Demla, I was talking to Patrick, I was talking to the guys. So I wasn't talking to them all night. Like, shut up.
Yeah, he was trying to like disprove a little bit of her story to make it all look uncredible. So we need the footage from the, is it GAY bar or how do we pronounce it?
I think he said it GAY, like he spelled it out. So that must be the name of the bar.
Yeah. So we need the footage, GAY bar, and we need to know about your photo booth and give us some details. So.
Well, we know it has a curtain, and we know the curtain was closed. Like, Kieran, it's not closed. It's not closed. I don't even know if it has a curtain. Yeah, you know it
What
does.
photo booth has no curtain, really? That's just so stupid. Like, why don't you think it works without a curtain?
And you didn't go in there to take a photo, so what did you go in there to do? To talk? Yeah. We didn't want to fight. We didn't want to argue.
There was no cameras, so they weren't hiding from cameras.
That's the only place you could go. That's the only place you could go where nobody's going to see you, because if you go outside while you're in the middle of your little makeout session, because you got to close your eyes, somebody could walk out and see you. You know what I mean? So your safe space was that photo booth, because nobody knows what happened in there. And they probably are going to take it to their grave, because Sophie, I'm sure her ass is getting lit up on social media right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, disappointed in Ashley that she didn't catch some photos or something, because she was our only messy hope to find out what happened.
She wasn't there.
Oh, right.
She wasn't there. The only couples that went were Kieran and Megan. So it was Megan that needed to drop the ball. Yeah. So, okay. Well, speaking of Kieran and Megan, I like them now, and I think they're going to get married.
I agree. I didn't see that coming at all. And yeah, they're like the strongest couple. I think their lives jive, is that the word, together, like gel together really well, because they're both like creative. I don't know if we call like video gamers creative, but like that, she's a dancer, he's a gamer. It's like, not the normal like 9 to 5 type jobs. Like I think they're similar, which is good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like they don't seem to have any big things that are going to be an issue for them. So
yeah, I think the date that he planned for her at whatever that little dance house or whatever was really cute, really thoughtful. Mm-hmm. He's really tricking me. I don't know. Like, I really thought, something's off with him. He's full of shit. He's a fuckboy. I can't trust this man. Yeah. But I think these last episodes, I'm like, no, actually, I really like him. They seem like a really good pair. Mm-hmm. He may be full of shit, because, they all are. But right now, he's fooling me. He's tricking me. He was very respectful about Sophie. He seems really into Megan. Like, they're my favorite couple. Like, it's like, you see how things change so quickly. Like,
when she said she's a dancer and his friends were like so excited, did you think?
They think stripper. When you say, and I don't know in the UK. I don't know. Because, other kind of dance might be more popular out there, but in America, when you say dancer, you're instantly thinking stripper. You are not thinking ballet at all or anything. Okay,
because I wanted to make a clip of it, but I was like, I don't want to offend the dance community, because what else can you call yourself, right? If you're a regular dancer, you're a dancer. But if I hear dancer here, it's like dancer.
Midnight ballerina,
yeah, which nothing wrong with that at all, but I'm just, the way she said it kind of funny, like she's like, I'm a dancer, and like bit her lip.
It's almost like she said it, she probably uses it like as a joke. Like she probably starts off conversation like that, like, oh, I'm a dancer, and then when they're like, oh, what kind of dance, she probably alludes to the fact that she's a midnight ballerina, like as a joke, I would think. But I think she's funny, and I think
I like them. Yeah, I think they are going to get married.
Yeah, me too. I do. As of right now, 8 episodes in, I think Kieran and Megan are my favorite, and I think they're going to get married.
Yeah, I agree. His friends were a little too weird, like, they're being a little overprotective.
Yeah,
like
you're not my fucking daddy. Shit, relax.
It was a little weird, which made me think that could potentially be like an issue they have. It seems like his friends are a big part of his life, right? Like he's a big social life, which is hard. Like when you get married and that changes and people blame your marriage or your circumstances changing. So as long as you can balance that, but I mean, they need to probably grow up and get married too. So, or like at least, well, I don't know if he plays video games with them. He's like a professional gamer,
He's
right?
a professional gamer. Like he
Yeah.
works in the gaming. I don't know what he does. I thought when originally when I seen his job title, I assumed like, oh, he like makes video games or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. But gaming is actually a career. Like people game on Twitch and make lots of money. So
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think he's like, it's not like he's sitting around playing video games with his friends and it's like a hobby, right? It's like his
he's
career. So
making
this,
money. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's different. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
So
have high hopes for them. So what about Srover and Cal? What do you think about their family meetings?
I think it's an absolute hell no. I think after these
Really?
few episodes, it's an absolute hell no. I think Cal is a fuckboy. I'm almost certain of it. I think I've
Uh-huh.
made my accurate assessment. Um, just after hearing what his brother had to say, first of all, your
Yeah.
brother ain't shit, because I would have been on that camera lying for my sister. He just threw him under the bus.
I know, right?
He doesn't like commitment. Anybody that disrupts his routine, he's just out of here. He does it like he's there for a good time, no long time. Like I was like,
Yeah.
God damn, she's not your type. Like you know what I mean? We get
Yeah.
it. We get it. Bangs. She's not your
Yeah.
type.
The hair.
So
I can't.
I think like after hearing that, I'm like, okay. And then I don't know his little joke about like, oh yeah, all the women are gonna turn their heads once they see me. He's a fuck boy.
Yeah.
And I think the meeting with his family was great. I knew the
Mhm.
meeting with her family was gonna be a little bit more um
Yeah.
awkward, but
Mhm.
Ashley, when the mom asked, and I pray this was an edit because I'm like, there's no way this wasn't an edit where you said, what makes my daughter unique? And you said you like her accent and you guys are both into fitness. Like,
Yeah. He did not have any good answers at all. And did you feel like her hair, she lightened her hair? I saw like,
something happened. Yeah.
yeah, if you look, there's this one scene, I'll like post a clip of it, but her hair was very dark and all of a sudden it's like very light. Like I think because he said he likes lighter haired girls, I feel like she dyed it, but I hope that wasn't for his benefit. So,
Oh my
because
God, I didn't even think of that.
yeah, no, she like literally went to the salon mid filming. I'll show you side by side. It's dark, and then all of a sudden it's like it's not red, but it's like a light, like a
I
strawberry
thought
type
I
blonde.
thought the original picture that I had seen of her was like she had a lighter, redder hair, but I don't know.
Maybe it's just the lighting. Then I'll show you because it definitely changes, and I don't know why. Maybe she did like a temporary shampoo or something. So yeah, it just
I don't know.
changed. There's
What
one
it
scene where it's very obvious. So.
Okay, well, post it because I'm very curious. If she lightened her hair for this man, what do you think of Callan Sober? What did you think of his meeting with her mom? I felt like it was so painful to watch. It was
Mhm.
horrendous.
Yeah, I think it's just a bad combination of like he's already not like he's not like gonna be over the top and gushing about her, like, he's not that personality, and then her mom being very skeptical, right? And so it's like he's seeming not that into her, so that makes the mom more skeptical, and it's like she needs a lot of reassurance, but he's not giving any, like, his answers were garbage, and so it just kept getting worse and worse because that's not what her mom was expecting, I don't think. Like, her mom if you're gonna get married in a couple weeks, you would want someone to have a few more, like
Positive things to
yeah,
say. Not
more
the mom and
reassurance.
the sister kept looking at her like,
Are you for real?
"Are
Yeah.
you for real?" Like, yeah, like the mom and the sister kept like. I was actually surprised at the end of it when they were
Uh-huh.
like, "Yeah, like." You have my blessing and like this went really well, like better than expected. I'm like, huh, this went awful. Like, what
Yeah.
did we obviously missed a lot, but like, I was like, this was really bad, actually.
Well, and she said her mom keeps texting her like paragraph after paragraph, so I don't think her mom was happy, but
Yeah,
I think
because Indian parents are heavily involved in the wedding planning. They almost
yeah,
essentially plan the entire wedding and you just show up.
yeah.
Like that's very much a thing.
Yeah, and I think I don't know anything about who gets married, but if I had to guess, I feel like he's gonna say yes and she is gonna say no because of her family. That's what it looked like to me because there's a scene in the trailer where he's, like, ripping something up, but, like, everyone's smiling, so I think he's saying something nice, probably along the lines of, like, "I don't need a speech, I'm just gonna say something nice," and then he probably says yes, and then she says no. So she'll look like the bad guy, but I don't know if he actually wanted to say yes or he knows she's saying no, so he said yes to look like the good guy because 'cause we've seen that
Yeah.
before. Mhm.
Mhm.
I could be totally
Mhm.
wrong, but that's just how it looked to me because
Yeah.
I don't see him standing up there ripping something up and being, like, mean to her. It just doesn't make sense at all, so
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're getting married. I don't. As
no.
beautiful as a couple as I think that they are, I have my questions about Cal. I think he's a fuckboy and
Yeah.
all of this
I
like
think
I'm not worried about you, like you don't disrupt my space. Like this has been my favorite part.
uh,
Mm.
I feel like she'll have a lot to say about what was really happening. You know what I mean? I feel like he's acting away on camera. Probably he's more of a fuckboy, so I would be
He's got the
interested.
haircut.
Yes, he does. I saw someone in our comments say it's like a working class haircut, and I was like, "No, I think that's like a statement. Like that's a thing. That's a look that they're pulling off, like or trying to pull off. It's not like I couldn't afford a better haircut, so this is what I went with. It's
This is
like
like, yeah,
it's
I
a
went
fashion
into the
thing.
barber and asked for this shit. Yeah.
I brought a picture and I said, "Give me this." So I don't know why.
Give me the cow. This
Yeah.
is it.
I wonder if there's stuff that we do that people in the UK are like, "What the hell is that?"
I'm
Because
sure.
yeah,
I'm sure. I know a lot of the things that we say, just like
yeah,
our language in general, they're like, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
mhm,
what are you even saying? Like, that's not how you
yeah.
say that, you know?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
like I like that about watching the other countries' versions. Like you learn so much about all these differences, the haircuts
mhm.
or language, things they say. It can be hard to recap it because we're like, are we totally missing something? But you guys let us
I'm
know if we
telling
do.
you that all right, like, oh, she looks all right. I bet you that does not mean the same thing in the UK
Hmm.
as it does in the US. Because all right means like you kind of
Yeah.
whack, like like, and I don't think that's what they meant at all.
But also the British banter, they kind of like put each other down or like that's flirting, right? So
I don't
maybe
like
that,
it. I
no.
don't like. I don't like
So
it one
maybe
bit.
like they did mean all right, but it's like sarcastic, right? So it's like all right, but really I think you're hot, but oh, you're all right. Like it was like that.
That's what Freddie said at the reunion at the Perfect Match finale. Remember when they
Oh,
asked
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
Madison? He was like, "She's all right," you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I think that's just the British banter of like they're just not like gushy people. They're more chill. Like,
They're more like, "I'm gonna roast you. That means I
yeah,
like you."
exactly.
Bitch, we're over.
Not it's not for us.
I don't like it. Like a little bit's okay, but like too much is like, do you actually hate me? Because that's actually a thing too.
Yes.
So
Well, that's the thing, right? Because especially as a relationship goes on, because I could see how that would be fun and funny the first few months or something. Because you're like, "Oh, obviously we like each other," but when you've been with someone for, like, 10 years and you actually are annoyed by them, and then you always tell them how much you don't like them, like, where's the love and the good parts? Because I feel like that would get old after a while,
yeah, for
so
sure.
maybe that's just during, like, the flirting new stage, and that settles down, so
Yeah. Okay.
who knows?
Well, I
Do
guess.
did we cover all the couples? I think we
I
got
think
only
we
4
did.
now, right? So we had
Yeah,
5, and now we're down to
we're
4
down to
unless
4. So of
could
those 4, who do you think are gonna get married?
I think only Megan and Kieran.
Yeah, and I think Megan and Kieran and Jen and Barta. Those are my
Yeah,
2 guesses. And you're okay.
I'm just going with Megan and
Megan and
Kieran.
Kieran. Somebody has to. One has to get married.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
they're gonna
They'll
beg
pay them.
somebody to do it.
They'll pay them to do it. So who needs
Right.
the money the most? No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
It's a
Right.
different production company there, so maybe they don't do that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'd only think Megan and Kieran, like maybe Ashley and Billy, because
Maybe.
their
Maybe.
problems, I mean, they're grocery related and job related. So maybe they'll get over that. But
I
yeah.
don't know. Who do you guys think? Let us know in the comments who you think is
Yes.
getting married. We're 8 episodes in. We haven't seen the wedding episode, so you guys let us know your wedding predictions. We don't have any spoilers of who, so these are just our honest predictions. So
Yeah. Yeah, we don't
yeah.
know what happens. I think there's 2 more episodes coming out on next Wednesday, and then the reunion is August 31st. So
Okay.
I'm
So
excited.
we do have weddings next week.
Yes, I think so. I'll have to double check, but
Okay.
it's usually just 3 weeks, right? Or no,
Yeah.
is it 4?
3 or 4,
Well,
but
maybe it is 4.
yeah.
Yeah. We'll look it up and we'll like write it in the comments because
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same as the USA one because this has
It
been
could be a
different.
little different. Yeah.
Yeah, because we got only 4 at the start, but on the USA one, they've been doing 6 lately, so I don't know. It's
Yeah.
different. It's
It's
different
different.
over here,
Yeah.
so Alright, well, any final thoughts?
Nope.
Nope, that all sounds good. Oh, you watched the Love Island USA trailer.
I
We discussed at
did.
the start of the episode. I don't know if you noticed Ricky changed her shirt. We ran out of time because we just talked too much, so we had to come
Yeah.
back and
It is a
wrap
comeback.
it up. So
Yeah.
what did you think of the trailer?
Very good. Very
Yeah.
juicy. Very
Yeah,
juicy.
I'm excited.
But I will say that I'm already starting to see the discourse online, the Huda defenders, and it's
Mm.
just exhausting already. Like they're
Yeah.
already like, oh, now they're making fun of Alandria for crying, calling it golf ball tears. Oh, she's already
The hell is that?
apologized. Why does she need to apologize again? Um, oh, they're ganging up on her, which is like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
That's definitely what I was worried about when I saw it, and it's like, they have every right to confront Huda about what she has said in her interviews, and I know that they have the right to do that, but people are gonna say, "Oh, they're bullying her now," so and they
The
can't win.
reason
They
why
cannot win.
they can't win. The reason why her opinion changed is because she watched the show back and seen everything that they said about her. No, because at the time of that interview, she had not watched the show. She was literally fresh from Fiji. She's just fake, and that's why she doesn't have a lot of female friends, most likely. So we'll see. Maybe they just showed us the spicy part of the. And I'm glad Chris stuck up for himself and said he didn't respect it. There's nothing wrong with that, saying I don't
Yeah.
respect how she talked about me, but it does look very good.
Yeah, I'm excited. So we'll be back on Monday to talk about that and back with our Bravo Day and with the next Love is Blind UJ episode. So thanks for listening. Follow us, like, subscribe, leave us a little review if you like us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.